Why would we go there?
Let me guess, you're tired of landing at the raft because there's so many people that land here, so many rats at this point of interest. Just overall, you're sick of going back to lobby right away.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Well, I'm here to tell you that those days are long behind you, because in this video, I'm going to show you guys the best way to land at the raft like you own the damn place. So if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of landing at the raft, or if you have any other tips to share with us. So the first thing is I want to talk about where exactly I land here, and I land at this little tower that's off to the side, and the reason why is because there is a potential for an Avengers or Doom's chest to spawn in this location, as well as other chests here. But a big reason why I like landing here is because I'm able to shield up or get my loot together while I'm observing what's going on here at this location. As you can see, I've got a great field of view here. I can see if people are fighting on the tower, on the roofs, in the prison. Just kind of lets me plan out how I'm going to approach this. You can find a chest here on the bottom of the stairs or in the corner, as well as down here and to the side right below here. So in this game, I actually only had an Avengers chest, not much other chests. Then I go through these little tunnels here to avoid getting shot at from above, and I make my way to the sewer. Now, when you break this first gate to enter the sewers, you want to get familiar with where the sewer leads to. So we're going to go left here, break the gate here, and then you'll see that we are in the prison. So there's a crack on the ground here by the side of the prison cells. As you can see, that's where I came from. Those are the tunnels. Now this is the first crack to the left. It leads you to the side. Now this is the prison area, and down there you can see Emma Frost, where you start the boss, and the medallion. But this crack leads you to this first area here if you make a left. Now if you keep going down the tunnel and make another left, it's gonna pretty much bring you to the same spot, except this time you're on the other side. So sometimes there's chests here as well, but you can see here now we're in like some locker room, bathroom type area right next to the cells here. So we just came from this side over here, and if you keep going straight, you're basically just going on the other side, and that's where it leads to. It leads to this like bathroom area here, and then there's Emma Frost again. This is the main prison area. So we're gonna go back down here into the sewers. What I normally do though, instead of making a left on either one of these, I normally come in here. So there's the first left, here's the second. I go straight down to break this gate. Now what I do when I get here is I immediately jump over here, and then I slide and do a right peek. I usually do this every time just in case there's people fighting over there. I just kind of take a look at my surroundings, where everyone's at. When you land at this place, it's going to be very chaotic, footsteps everywhere, so you really have to just pay attention to where you're at, where everyone's at, and there's going to be a lot of bots. After I do my right peek here, I normally just go through the door or jump over the gate. There is going to be another Avengers chest here, or a Doom's chest, and then immediately go up to the top here. So again, you're going to be very chaotic, very fast. So you want to jump, mantle over the light if you can, and then get up to the top here, open the Doom chest, and then after you're done looting here, go down to the elevators here. Not the first one, but the second one. If you drop down and break this floor, you'll be landing on another Doom or Avengers chest here. So you can go ahead and loot up. Now you're in this like bottom basement area. If you need to shield up or take a second, there's a good little corner area here, and you'll see me utilize this in an upcoming match here in a second. Then you can go out through the outside or climb back up the elevator, and if you go out through the outside, you can go around, take the zip line here, and you're on one of the towers. Now each of these towers can have one of those Avengers chests. So as you can see, when I drop down here, you can see the Doom chest right below me. So if you go down the stairs, some of these towers may or may not have these as well. So just make sure you are checking these towers as you're rotating. When you're done looting, you want to make your way over to this side of the raft, because this is going to lead you to more Avengers Doom chests and the boss as well. So if you take this little doorway here, right next to the lasers on this side, there's going to be an Avengers or Doom chest in this room. You can go ahead and loot that up, and then when you open the door, this is going to basically lead you to the boss fight where Emma Frost's room is. So this is a good room to come in and fight the boss, because you can take some shots and then use that room as cover to avoid other players or the bots. Now if you're solos, I recommend using something quick like a striker or the dual Uzis. And just go for headshots, because it immediately melts Emma Frost's health. Sometimes she's going to transform into this like diamond form. Just pay attention to this glowing area. Like in this instance, it's glowing on her knee. Wherever it's glowing, shoot that, it'll break her diamond form, and then just go back to headshots. Again, the dual Uzi, something quick fire rate, like just straight to the head. take cover, reload, and rinse and repeat. This is the fastest way to get this boss completed. As soon as you get the medallion, take cover, look around you. It's gonna scan right when you pick it up. If you see triangles above their head, it's just bots. If you see like a diamond shape, then it's players. So if all you see is triangles, no need to panic. Okay, so now that you know the layout, you're probably wondering, how does this work in an actual match?
This is where the fun begins.
So let's go ahead and jump into a solo match. Now that we've learned the layout, we know what we have to do. Let's see how this goes in a real match. So I jumped into a solo match here and I landed kind of low, so I'm not able to go to my tower. Instead, I'm gonna go directly where I know for sure there is an Avenger's chest or a Doom chest. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that. Now, like we talked about before, head over to the elevators. I know there's a chest here, so I'm going to take the time to drink up my shield. And the entire time that I'm doing that, I'm aware of my surroundings. I know where people are gliding in, from what direction they're walking based off of the footsteps. Make my way over to the elevator next to us, because right below us is another Doom or Avenger's chest. And now that we're down here, I do see some footsteps above us, so I'm just kind of like chilling here for a second and monitoring where those footsteps are going. Eventually that person does get scanned. I know this because they have a diamond above their head. Jump over the lasers to avoid being detected myself, and I'm still tracking the footsteps here, so I'm doing that all the way until I get the kill here. Take the time to reload behind cover here. Again, I'm kind of looking around, seeing if I see any more footsteps as I'm looting. I hear more footsteps. I didn't really need to drink the shield, but I just did it anyways to be at 100. And I shoot this guy with the thermal scope through the fence. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the video with thermal scope and the striker, make sure to check that out because the attachment with the striker is really good. Now, I actually feel sorry for this guy because I'm pretty sure he was trying to do a quest, but I do get a couple good shots on him. He uses Flowberry Fizz and rotates in. I know exactly where he's going. Those dual Uzis are pretty insane as long as you keep your aim on your opponent. I find another guy here sneaking around, get a lot of good shots on him, but I actually want to point this out. Notice how when I shot him, I completely ran out of bullets on my striker. I'm at 0, so I have to reload. I was really focused on following him and where he was. I should have reloaded right here since I had the time on these stairs, but instead I'm just too focused on tracking him, and this happens. I got lucky in that one and I almost dropped the ball, but just make sure that you guys are reloaded or something like this will happen. I switched to my striker, immediately go shoot, and it was out of bullets. Then I tried to switch to a different weapon and I accidentally switched to my Fizz, so things were just getting all jumbled up. So to avoid that from happening, always keep an eye on your ammo count and when you need to reload. Now let's take a look at this example here. When you land and it feels like the entire lobby is landing here.
How messed up is that?
I'm gonna go ahead and land it at my spot. I pick up the loot. There is no Avenger's chest, but there is some floor loot here. I grab all the loot that I can and I hear someone land directly above me and they break down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rush this person because I know for sure there is no loot up here, so they have nothing to fight back against, which is an easy kill. Then I'm gonna go back down and continue looting these chests for some shield before I start moving up. Unfortunately, I don't find any minis or shield, but you can see here earlier why when I said I like landing here, I'm able to look at the whole area and see where people are fighting. So I spot this guy fighting up on the tower. I see that they're fighting the boss, take a couple shots. So now I'm aware at least where some enemies are and what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and break these crates because they do give you food and I do get some mushrooms. It's only 10 shield, but every little bit helps. I go ahead and pick up some splashes. I go ahead and loot up this chest, and now that I have shocks, I feel a little bit more confident. So at this point, my plan was to go to the sewers. However, you saw that there is footsteps behind me. I don't know if they're running up against me, so I'm gonna try to lose them in the prison. So I changed up my route this time. I see that somebody is fighting the boss, just defeated them and got the medallion, so I need to go ahead and rush them. Luckily, I was able to defeat this player, take the medallion from them, and now I have the area scanned. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a shock because the more people were pushing to my location, so I wanted to make sure I had an opportunity to rotate. I'm gonna go ahead and take my time, break through walls here, open up chests, make sure I'm fully healed before I get into any other fight. Luckily, I find some splash and a med kit. My medallion does give a scan, and I do notice that there are players still around here. So I use my right peeks, take some shots on whoever's nearby, and I notice somebody else in the distance. At this point, I'm just kind of running around making sure I check all the Avengers and Doom chests that I know are around here. Eventually I spot another guy above me and he's got a jetpack, so I decide to challenge him. I shock up and take a couple shots. He dashes away, but because he has a jetpack and he's above me, my plan is to go inside these buildings. Eventually a third party comes in, and now this is my opportunity to go out and clean up the mess. Here's another example of my route, so I go ahead and land at the tower as usual. This time I do get a shotgun, jetpack, and some shield, so we're looking pretty good here. Now that I have a jetpack, I kind of quickly dash across this whole thing. I'm going to take that path that I showed you guys earlier through the sewers. Now you can see exactly what I told you guys earlier, how I actually do it in a match. So I jump up, slide, right peek, and you can see that there is someone fighting up there. This gives me a chance to zoom up here with my jetpack, swoop in, and get the kill. Now there is an Avengers chest here as well, like we talked about in the courtyard. You guys probably know where I'm headed with this. After I open this chest, you know exactly the route we're taking here. We're gonna go ahead and grab our loot. And here's our other Avengers or Doom's chest that we talked about. Now when you're landing here with teammates, either duos, trios, or squads, it's gonna get very, very chaotic, especially with the amount of people here and the amount of craziness going on. Communication is key. Move together as a unit. Make sure you guys are calling out where enemies are, covering each other's backs, and making sure you guys aren't really split up. So you might land split up, but just make sure you guys regroup and you'll be able to survive this place. We had a bunch of crown teams just rushing this place, mixed in with a couple bots on the outskirts, so make sure you guys are not getting distracted by bots.
Ooh, dude, I need health. Minis, please, for the love of God, bro.
Ooh, I need to reload. Dead.
Now this is one of my favorites here. We call this the old bait and switch here. So you see Rogue spotted me, she full chased me, and I acted like I was just running away from her, but then I stopped, turned around, and shot her in the face with a gatekeeper. It was even a gatekeeper at that, but then her teammate comes up here, and me and my teammate just both shooting him, and the captain's shield does not stand a chance. I spot this guy running to the sewers, run after him, and eliminate him. After that, we all just gang up on Emma Frost, and she is toast. If all four of us are shooting her in the head, she is done for. This place is chaotic. Just make sure you choose your fights smart. Be patient. Don't be choosing a fight like this one where I just fought someone with a jetpack and a shotgun. Things don't always go your way, and sometimes things are very, very crazy. Like, I don't know how I got out of this crazy situation here, but this was just smart play with bunkers and movement. Check it out.
Bro, I have 0 bullets. I have no bullets.
No. Freddy, right there, Freddy. Yeah.
Bro, I have nothing.
Just go. Close, man. See me, take up the card. Not check. Go, Freddy, go. Yeah, get it. Bro, his friend is right there, bro.
I'm dead.
Bro, you didn't take up the shield.
One second. I know I was trying, but somebody just pushed over here. I see him.
Right here. Yeah. Boy, pick up me sitting. One you gonna get on the candy, yo. Yeah? Take up a jetpack, bro. Give you a clap for that, bro.
Holy shit, bro.
Give you a clap for that, bro. Wrong number 5, bro. Yeah. Mad kid. One fat round of applause.
Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys land at the raft, or do you avoid it and just come in third party later on? Either way, if you're trying to get good at this game and trying to work on your movement, reaction time, and quick decision making, I recommend you land at some places like the Raft because A, the Medallion's really good, and B, you're gonna get really good practice in those fights. But I've been having a blast landing there. Now normally I would leave you guys with a great clip of me catching a win, but this was just too funny. Like, I'm running into situations where I'm fighting someone and they're not even looking at me and I'm just getting melted. Like, he wasn't even facing my direction, and yet I still just got melted.
Can't even face me, that fat.
Oh well, it is what it is. Just gotta learn to deal with it. But let me know what you guys think so far of this season. Comment down below any other tips that you guys might have regarding the Raft. Hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.